we've got a metro. I don't know if that matters or not, but
I mean, we're gonna have
some background noise, elevators and everything.
We're gonna have some of that. So
great. All right.
Okay.
Good.
So tell us what scoliosis is and how it's usually diagnosed.
So scoliosis is an abnormal curvature to the side. We all have curves in our spine, but when we look at someone straight on, their spine should be relatively straight. The cause for scoliosis, in many cases, is not known, and it is detected in a number of different ways. Some parents will notice a prominence on their child's back. Often, our pediatricians will do a routine screening as well. This is done at school. And what is noted in those examinations is a difference in the height of the ribs that can be seen when a child is bending forward.
How common is it?
So scoliosis occurs in about 3% of the population. That would be all adults and children who have a measurable curvature to their spine. But the rate of scoliosis that requires treatment, such as bracing and surgery, is much lower than that. It's less than 0.3%.
What does it look like if it goes untreated?
So scoliosis, in many cases, after growth has completed, will be stable and not progress. However, in certain conditions, the scoliosis will continue to become larger. And in those cases, the scoliosis can become quite extreme. As a result of extreme scoliosis, there can be secondary health problems such as breathing differences, as well as differences in heart function.
Let me know if, so are EVA students pulling out the door? I don't know if the noise is
yeah, that's
too much.
So what are some different types of scoliosis?
There are three basic types of scoliosis. The most common type is called idiopathic scoliosis. That's a scoliosis where all of the bones in the spine are present and normal in their shape, at least to start with, and over time, a scoliosis develops most commonly during adolescence. But there are other types of scoliosis. Some children are born with, instead of the individual segments being shaped like a rectangle, they may be shaped more like a pie wedge or a triangle, or they may be connected in a way that they didn't completely segment. And when that happens, there can be a progressive scoliosis from a growth abnormality. The other major type of scoliosis is a neuromuscular scoliosis. So a child who has a degenerative nerve problem, such as spinal muscular atrophy, or has a developmental problem that such as cerebral palsy, that affects the control and coordination, and that can also lead to scoliosis.
And I think for that we'll move in there, but I have one more question about causes.
Okay.
Because I think it's probably hard for parents to hear that we don't know the cause or whatever. So can you speak to that at all? If they're worried, like, is my kid's backpack too heavy? Is this something I did?
Right, sure. Okay. So the most common type of scoliosis is idiopathic scoliosis, and that term idiopathic means an unknown cause. There are lots of theories and lots of science that's underway, further investigating what may be some of the common sources for scoliosis. What we do know is that there's many parents may be concerned that there was something that either the child did or the parents did or neglected that led to the scoliosis, and we know that's not true. So it isn't the backpack that was worn on one shoulder, it's not the slouching posture that their child may have had as they were growing, or the bed that they slept in, or the sport they played. This was really something unrelated to any of those activities or positions. And unfortunately, we don't know There isn't one identified cause or genetic mutation or defect that always causes scoliosis. But on the other hand, we do think we have a better understanding of how to manage scoliosis, and that continues to get better and better.